Adin Hill had a phenomenal run to get himself and his team a Stanley Cup championship. Look at these playoff numbers. In 16 games played, 11 wins, 4 losses, a .932 save percentage, and a 2.17 goals against average with 2 shutouts. He continuously rose to the occasion and made some spectacular saves. Now yes, Vegas has a tremendous team in front of him, but he made a lot of highlight reel saves as well. Let's not take away from the amazing playoff run this guy had, especially coming in for Brossoit after the first round due to an injury. So Adin Hill is an unrestricted free agent in this upcoming offseason, and how will that look? I'm not too sure. We have seen goalies get really hot in the playoffs and then come back down to earth. But what we saw from Hill is something we were eventually expecting. Adin Hill has all the physical tools and gifts you want for a goaltender, but he struggled with consistency. He was drafted in the 3rd round, 76 overall in the 2015 draft by Arizona. In his scouting profile, it was noted he was very athletic, really good with rebound control, and made some big saves when his team needed it. And with the Portland Winterhawks, he did play on a very good team, but he played spectacular himself. And while the next few years going from Arizona to San Jose, it took him a bit to get that full-time NHL role, his numbers were decent. In 4 years in Arizona, he had a .909 save percentage and a 2.79 goals against average for 19 wins, 21 losses, and 4 overtime/shootout losses. And then 1 year in San Jose, in 25 games played, 10 wins, 11 losses for 1 overtime and shootout losses for a .906 save percentage and a 2.66 goals against average. He is a quality goaltender that's not going to be a dynamic number 1, but is good enough to be a very solid backup. And with his 6'6" frame and being athletic, people thought you could get more from him. And the Vegas Golden Knights did get more from him. In 27 games played, 25 starts, 16 wins, 7 losses, and 1 overtime/shootout loss for a .915 save percentage, a 2.45 goals against average. He was spectacular when called upon for the Knights. Some people mention Sean Burke, and I would be remiss not to mention how great of a goalie coach he is. He's helped out a lot of young goalies come and acclimate to the NHL system, like Logan Thompson, helped out Brossoit be a quality NHL goalie. But at the end of the day, regardless of coaching, Hill is the one that took the next step in his development. So that's his journey. We talked about his fantastic playoff run with a .932 save percentage. So what should happen with Adin Hill? Ideally, he would go back to Vegas, but they're kind of cap strong. And if Robin Lehner's going to be back next season, there's no way they can afford Leonard, Thompson, and Hill against their cap. Now, Thompson is signed to an affordable cap hit of $700,666 over the next couple seasons. That would be very foolish to move him because Thompson played good when he was healthy. And as for Robin Lehner, he is shown to be an effective goalie when healthy, but I'll admit there's a lot of issues there. And the cap hit being $5 million, maybe you could move off him, but who would want to take Robin Lehner's contract right now after having a serious hip injury? At the end of the day, I think Adin Hill is going to get paid, and there's no way the Knights will be able to match it. And whether you think that's crazy or not, the guy had an outstanding playoff run, and that's what GMs are going to remember. Now, ideally, I think Hill is probably around a $3 to $4 million goalie, but I could easily see him getting 6+ due to that run. And as for possible landing spots, looks like Winnipeg might be getting rid of Hellebuck. That could fit. The Buffalo Sabres could be looking for a good 1A, 1B with Devin Levi and another goalie. Another potential destination could be Ottawa. They're looking for a goaltender. And there's some other teams in my mind in a dream scenario that, hey, for Adin Hill, he would get paid and they would get the goalie with the potential to be a franchise goaltender. So do I believe he will replicate these numbers in a regular season? No, I don't. And it's not because I don't think he can be a quality starter, but asking a guy to maintain a .932 when his career he's a .910 save percentage for it to jump up about 20 points, that's a lot to ask. Does he have the talent to do that? Absolutely. He's a fantastic goaltender. But you also need to keep your expectations grounded in reality. If Hill plays up to his potential, I could see him having around a .915 save percentage next season. He did it this year with Vegas. And if he could be far more consistent, I could see him being around a .920. It just depends on the situation he goes in. But I would be interested to know your thoughts down below. Do you think Adin Hill will be back with the Vegas Golden Knights, or do you believe he will get a massive payday? If he leaves the Knights, also let me know down below. Where will he go? I'm Captain Paul. I'll see you in the next one.
And just on the heel of his stick as he's sliding back the other way.